Welcome back to the Movie Draft House. I'm your host, Mark, and that's your host, Jeff.
Greetings, Mark.
Salutations.
Happy Mnemonic Day.
It's a
It's a mnemonic device, right?
It's a mnemonic device.
Isn't that a word thing?
I don't know, but it's also a day that ends in Y. Jeff, before we get into what we watched this week, tell them what the theme is this month.
The theme this month is of my own creation. It's called Days of Future Past. Basically, we're taking a look at movies that were made a while ago, and they had a vision of the future, and that future date has already passed. So, for example, Back to the Future Part 2 took place in 2015. We live in the year 2026, so that will qualify as a film that we could cover this month. And so we decided, or I did anyway, Mark, I think this is going to be a good episode for Mark. We watched Johnny Mnemonic from 1995. It ran for an hour and a half. It's directed by Robert Longo, written by William Gibson, who is a science fiction writer mostly known for his book Neuromancer, which a lot of people credit with sort of starting the cyberpunk genre, or at least establishing it. And it stars Keanu Reeves, Ice-T, Dolph Lundgren, and Henry Rollins, and Barbara Sukawa.
Dina Meyer is probably the most recognizable.
Dina Meyer. Okay.
She's one of the leads in Starship Troopers. And so,
yes.
she was super, like, as soon as she got on screen, I was like, oh, damn, I know who that is, but I didn't realize.
More recognizable than Keanu Reeves. You're right.
Well, certainly more recognizable than Ice-T in this movie. I had to ask my wife. I was like, is that Ice-T? And she's like, yeah. I was like, damn, looks like what's the guy's Sinbad? He looked like Sinbad in this movie.
Sinbad's way funnier than Ice-T. I mean, talk about Jingle All the Way, man.
Anyway, Jeff, had you seen this before?
Boy, I had.
Had
but
you?
It was. It was in the 90s when I watched it. Whenever it was, probably 96 or 97. I had watched Johnny Mnemonic on VHS, rented it from a Blockbuster, and do not barely remember anything. There were a few beats that I remembered, like it came back. I remember Spider's sort of room where he operates. Little pieces were buried deep in my mind. One part that really, I was like, oh shit, that's this movie, was when the guys were up in the tower and Keanu was down on the ground yelling up. He's like, hey, what the fuck? That was like, oh, I remember this completely. And then that was about it. That's all I recall. I did not remember Dolph Lundgren being in this. And I am a Dolph Lundgren fan.
Yeah, you are.
It must not have made an impression on me because I would have remembered Dolph Lundgren. And frankly, Dolph Lundgren is phenomenal in this. He's one of the best parts of this movie. So I'm a little surprised I didn't remember Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen.
What were your initial thoughts of Johnny Mnemonic?
Mnemonic. I tell you, if this movie had just been a tad bit sillier, I probably would have been on board.
I can get behind that review.
So, like...
Let me pitch something to you real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's take this same movie. Everything is the same.
Yeah.
Okay? But we pull out Keanu...
Yep.
And we drop in 90s Nicolas Cage.
Yes, 100%. God, it's a classic instantly.
I think we've made a face-off, too, at that point. Like, I think that's really what this is missing, because there's several parts where Keanu is kind of losing it, and it kind of works a little bit, but just having Nick Cage fucking ham it up would have slayed. Like, it would have been amazing.
It's so... Everything around Keanu Reeves in this movie is batshit wild. Just weird, just stupid, crazy. It's whatever you want to think of. If folks from the early 90s thought of the future, it's in this movie, right? And
yeah, this movie just reeks of 90s sci-fi.
right.
Like, it's one of the things that I say is a benefit is it does not fuck around when it comes to that. Like the goggles. So this is the second movie where I've heard the term iPhone
Yeah.
used
Yeah.
in reference to glasses you
like
wear
VR.
on your eyes.
Right. Yeah.
Right. The other one was Lawnmower Man 2, Beyond Cyberspace, a fantastically horrible movie.
Yeah.
But I always find it funny when they say, "Give me the iPhones," and this is obviously long before anything was out. So
right. No, it's so I'm watching this movie and like it starts out and it's pretty weird, but Keanu is playing very straight because that's all he does is play straight laced characters. And
yeah, especially in Bill and Ted.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that Bill and Ted trailers playing on IMDb right now.
Do you like Bill and Ted?
It's
no, you don't.
No, it's not that I don't. It's just stoner comedies aren't my.
They're not stoners, but it still applies.
Yeah, they're playing that character, but so Keanu in this movie doesn't fit. His character or how he plays the character just doesn't fit with the rest of the movie, and it's such a stark contrast that you're like, was it on purpose? Because like he's playing this, I mean, just like super serious guy, and everything around him is just wild, crazy shit. And like, if Keanu and really anybody, and kind of what I was thinking was, even if it was like Stallone or Van Damme or anybody, right?
You just give me a rock anyway.
But like any of those guys that have kind of played characters in these types of movies before and they have been serviceable, if you had put them in this movie, it would have been fine, right? But like the fact that Keanu is just very super fucking serious in this movie, I'm just like, bro, they just put 1.7 gigabytes of data in your head, and like, it's wild.
30 gigabytes or something.
Whatever.
You're like, oh, holy shit. Nowadays, you're like, who gives a fuck?
And like, he's like, oh, and he's like his head's gonna explode and shit, and like, this movie needs that silliness, and I just don't like. You could have put Dolph Lundgren in this role and have him ham it up, and I think
I don't know. I don't want anyone ever to play the character of the street preacher. To me, I will. I mean, basically,
he's good. He's good in that role.
He's so good. He's so good. I love it so much. I want a whole movie. Like, I want that Van Damme movie where Van Damme has to fight the street preacher.
Yeah. I mean, it's, I don't know. Like, and the whole, what are they, the Triad or whatever, whoever the gang is that runs everything. The Yakuza, you're right. I'm like, I don't need this. This is not the subplot I need. I didn't really care about the villain, and they were not memorable at all.
And I had a hard time figuring out who the villain was.
That's true too. You're right. Yes, I did.
Because, I mean, I knew who wasn't the villain, right?
Right.
Spider and Mnemonic and Ice-T were the good guys, but there was the big pharma was chasing. So let's lay down what's happening here.
Yeah. Okay.
Johnny Mnemonic is a word that means something with memory. I looked it up and I've forgotten it already. So Johnny Mnemonic is basically he's a transporter of data, but he transports it in his brain.
Right.
They like set it up, which seems like, first off, in the future, wouldn't it be just as easy to like put a chip in yourself somewhere? Like you don't need to cut part of your brain out. But that's because we live in this future where, an SD card is like the size of a fingernail.
Right.
And it's 512 gigs. But so anyway, but that's the past, not knowing what the future holds. And they probably thought that many gigs of data was like, no one will ever need that much.
Yeah.
and now we're in terabyte land.
Mm.
So he's got this data. Well, it turns out that it's a cure for something called NAS. I think it's called. They call it the black shakes. Basically, what Henry Rollins plays a character named Spider, and he describes what causes this is just all the technology around. Like, there's just so much fucking technology. It's messing with people's neural things.
Yeah.
Now, Big Pharma wants this information because, as Ice-T puts it, it's more lucrative to treat NAS than it is to cure it. And this is the cure for NAS or whatever. So that's the whole story. But there's a guy who runs, I think he runs Big Pharma. Then there's another guy who's like his second in command who has a really wicked, like, laser garrote wire, which I thought was pretty cool.
A what?
A laser garrote wire. You know, like a garrote where you strangle someone?
Yeah.
You've never strangled anyone?
Nope.
Okay.
Haven't used that. Haven't done that.
Okay. Well,
I mean, next time I go to, I'll remember this conversation.
Yeah. But I only know because I played the Hitman games. You ever play those?
Yes.
Garrote wire. Get the wire.
I didn't know what it was called.
But anyway, his is like a lightsaber garrote wire, and it, like, you don't choke people out; it just straight up decapitates.
I will say those were some of the cooler scenes in this movie where people's getting chopped in half and their face just slides off and stuff.
Oh yeah, the one guy, like the first guy that gets it.
Yeah.
He, like, the guy does like a whip thing, and he's sort of sliced on the bias, to use a cooking term. And
what are you coming with the vocabulary today? This is wild,
man. I don't know what to tell you.
You're cultured.
Watch a lot of cooking shows.
Yeah, you're cultured.
So he sliced on a bias, and he kind of like dominoes. It's awesome.
There's another. Speaking of slicing on the bias, in the original Resident Evil movie, when they're the kind of the commando teams going through the I forget where they're at, but the lasers come on. And it's like a checkerboard pattern. I think it was the first movie I ever saw that.
Yeah, because that's the first Resident Evil. Because that's the only Resident Evil I've seen.
They have like 8.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
I'm surprised you and Eric haven't done those movies. But
don't put that in the air.
But like that was the first movie I ever saw that, and like the laser goes through everybody. And then they just fall into little cubes. And I was like, holy shit, that was fantastic. So when it happens in this movie, I'm like, oh, the nostalgia. But it was really, I thought it was well done in this movie. Like I don't know was it CGI? I don't even fucking know. Practical effect? Who knows? But I thought it was well done. And I thought it was cool that this guy had this thing and he could do that. But we only saw it like maybe 2 other times in the movie, and so I was like, "Oh, that was disappointing."
Yeah, they could have used it more, but he does get his own head chopped off with it, which is good. And all those guys suck, in comparison to Dolph Lundgren, Street Preacher, who I guess is like a guy they call in, and he's straight up like a priest or whatever, and he's got a big beard and long blonde hair. He looks like fucking Thor, and he's got a knife that's also a crucifix, and he just owns this character.
Yeah.
Like all the religious puns that he does, it's so good, you know. I could watch Dolph Lundgren play the Street Preacher for 4 or 5 hours straight.
Yeah, I thought his character was good as it's he's good in that role, and then the character itself was good. So like I thought he was fine. I have no problems with, I'm not a Dolph Lundgren fan either, but
he smashed this shit. It was awesome.
You
have to admit it's one of the best parts of the movie.
No, 100%. Absolutely. Okay. Is. Yeah. You know, speaking of the best parts though, so I'll just go ahead and tell you, growing up, I saw Starship Troopers for the first time, right? And I had a huge crush on Dina Meyer in that movie.
Well, yes.
I mean, I don't know what it was, because she's not, to the layman, she's not the most attractive person in that movie. But But
she had her boobies out.
Yes. And I think that's why I had this giant crush on her, is because, like, I saw her tits, and I was like, and maybe I'm 11, 12 years old, whatever, however old I was. And I'm like, and so she pops up here, and I was like, oh shit, that's Starship Troopers lady, and I didn't know her name. And I'm like, what is she like? And so I had to go Google, and then I had to remind myself, like, I thought it was her that, originally I fell in love with her tits. But then I was like, ooh, but what if it's not? So I'm on the couch Googling Dina Meyer tits.
With your wife right there?
Yes, of course. She doesn't care. But like, I'm Googling, and it's, it is in fact her. But like, I mean, Dina Meyer in this movie is fine. She doesn't get a whole lot to do, really. And Keanu Reeves, man. How did that man become such a bona fide star? I don't understand it.
Let me say, for the record, I love Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, okay.
He is, in my opinion, not a strong actor.
No.
He has some things. I mean, John
Is somebody
Wick is
twisting your
sick.
arm? I don't understand.
No, not at all. John Wick is sick, right? But he doesn't really.
No, he doesn't talk.
Have to emote. He just kind of looks angry.
Yeah.
It's kind of what you do when you have these action stars that can't really act. You just put him in like less. Like Arnold and Jean-Claude are not great actors, right?
No, but they're charismatic.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that Keanu lacks a bit of that, except for in Bill and Ted, but any of his serious works, like if you go and watch the Dracula that he's in, it's really tough.
He's in a Dracula movie?
He's in the Bram Stoker Dracula, the one with...
yeah. I haven't seen it, but...
Gary Oldman.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, it's bad. No, the movie's not bad, but...
He's bad.
Keanu's not great in it.
Yeah.
But he's like one of the nicest guys in Hollywood, and I like him. So that's as much criticism I will levy against them, but he's not.
I saw it's a movie. It's called Outcome. It's a movie that went straight to Apple TV a couple weeks, a month ago or so, and it's directed and starring Jonah Hill. And it's so Keanu Reeves plays an actor in the movie that is overcoming essentially a Me Too moment, right? Being canceled, essentially.
Okay.
And he does some of the most acting I've ever seen from Keanu in this movie. And it's garbage. Like,
I think part of it is he like the reason Ted works so well in Bill and Ted is because his cadence and his voice kind of lends itself to that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously Speed's awesome too.
Yeah. I can see it.
It's just kind of like we can't help but hear Keanu, and when Keanu's in a movie, and I think that's part of it.
Well, and like, so he gets his, and like, it's been such a long time since I saw A Walk in the Clouds and fucking Hardball and shit. But and those are two movies where he's the main star and he has to act. Like, he can't just emote, right? And I've seen Chain Reaction. I don't really remember it. But like but like, I've seen The Devil's Advocate and he's good in that. Opposite Al Pacino.
That's a good one. I haven't seen that in ages.
Right. And so, like, he's got these kind of like little blips on the radar of bad things, and just like, oh yeah, he's good in that. And then The Matrix, he emotes, right? And he's very cool emoting. And I think with Keanu, everything around him has to be cool too. And in this movie, I wouldn't call it cool, but I'd call it silly. And in order for me to enjoy that, the character in said movie also has to embody some of what's going on around him. And I got none of that here. And it really, it's kind of the breaking point for me on this movie, is because if this movie had been sillier, and the characters had kind of hammed it up a little bit, zinging one-liners. Ice-T's character or Dolph Lundgren's character, whoever. But as the main character, I probably would have enjoyed this. But as it stands, it's like everything's going on in this movie, and I'm like, why is Keanu here? It's terrible casting.
I mean, I think this predates The Matrix, right?
It does. Yeah. Matrix was 99. This is
it predate Speed?
Nope, Speed was the year before. So
that's why they casted them.
Yeah, for sure. But he had Dracula in his belt. They saw him in Dracula.
Oh, they were like, hell yeah.
But like,
well, nobody. The thing is, though, they're not casting someone who's great at acting for Johnny Mnemonic.
No,
and I don't think his lack of acting ability. It is that lack of charisma, though. Like that, you get a smile and a wink from Van Damme or Arnold yelling a catchphrase, and we're sold. And of course, Nick Cage doing Nick Cage would be amazing too. So I'm with you. I think that is the biggest there are other problems. There are things worse in this movie than Keanu, but Keanu's character is Johnny Mnemonic. He's the main star where he's in every scene.
Yeah.
He needs to be able to engage us in those scenes, and I don't think he does.
Well, and I don't think the writing is particularly strong in the explanation department of what is happening in this movie, and so if you're going to have to drag the audience along to get the story, you got to have somebody engaging that's going to be on the screen 85% of the time, and it's just not that, and so like. You have this very boring main character, and then you have a story that at most turns doesn't make a ton of sense, and you're just hoping that like enough of these things going on are going to give you excitement about what's happening on screen, and it doesn't happen for me. But there are portions of this movie, like Ice-T's character, I'm okay with. He's zany. He looks wild. He acts crazy.
Dolph J-Bone.
Right. Dolph Lundgren's character is, zany and looks crazy and does crazy shit. But they're only in the movie for brief periods of time. And I know this movie is not trying to be the end all be all I mean, this is the utmost forgettable movie. But I really think that it was at the time, it was probably trying to capture some of what Hollywood was doing at the time. Because it is very Judge Dredd-ish. It is very, what are the not the Double Team. What's the other
Double Team?
No, not
You want to watch Double Team?
I don't. What's the other Stallone?
Stallone wasn't in Double Team.
Oh, was it Van Damme? Oh, it was Van Damme and what's her face?
Dennis Rodman?
Yes.
Yes, Double Team.
No, is it not? What's the other one? Where they're in the future?
Time Cop?
Time Cop. God damn.
It's a good movie.
So, like, I do think that this movie was trying to be some of that and capture a lot of what was going on with those types of movies. And it did not hit the mark, but it could have, and that's kind of the disappointment here is that it could have landed, and it just flew the plane right into a mountain.
It's a dark analogy.
I mean, everybody's dead.
Damn.
Fucking
double down. I was going to ask if there were any survivors. Clearly not.
No, and the fucking forest is burning now because of the jet fuel.
Yeah. And there's a wildfire on top of it. This movie is that bad, huh?
Ultimately, yes, it is, but it could have been so bad it's good.
Yes.
And it just didn't. It's so bad it's bad. And it could have been so bad it's good, and I would have enjoyed it. It would have been like the Nick Cage movie we watched once upon a time where it was so bad it was good.
Drive Angry.
Drive Angry. Yeah.
You loved that movie. I remember it fondly. You sung its praises.
I like William Shatner's performance in that, or William Faulkner, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Faulkner, not Shatner.
You know that man's like 97 now.
Shatner.
Yeah.
You know who's turns 100 this year?
Oh, Sir. What's his face?
Who?
The guy that narrates the nature shows.
Oh, David Attenborough?
Yeah,
I was talking about Mel Brooks, though.
Is Mel Brooks that old?
Born in 1926.
That's crazy. I just saw him for like the teaser.
And he's directing a damn movie, right? So,
it's not
what a boss. That's how you live long. Stay busy.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And laughter, He's a funny guy.
Yeah. You
like
think that
cocaine,
movie?
I guess. I don't know. Does he do cocaine?
Doesn't look like he does cocaine. Do you think that movie's going to be any good?
No. Listen, this is another one of those things where I love Mel Brooks.
Yeah. And you love Spaceballs.
I do love Spaceballs. But he has a lot more misses than hits.
Oh, for sure.
Like there's some things that just don't land. But I still, he's a comedic legend, so you just kind of respect him and move on. But I don't think I think the Zuckers and Adam McKay, they're better comedy directors to me.
Yeah. No, I mean, but also, Mel Brooks came up and directed and had his heyday in a time where comedy films were different, right? And he's going to make a slapstick comedy film, the Spaceball sequel, and it's probably not going to land. It could. It'll have a lot of support for it because
no John Candy. What do you do?
If John Candy was in the movie, I'd have questions.
Well, I would too, but also I would go see it. Well, how the fuck did they do this?
But what if they had Bill Pullman and his kid, who's now a pretty big movie star? So
is he? I don't care.
Yeah.
I prefer Bill Pullman.
That's
my president. Bill Pullman.
That's right. We will not go quiet into the night. Lewis Pullman, that's his name. I just saw a movie with him the other day. He played the villain in a Marvel movie, Thunderbolts. He was in.
Oh, I never saw that.
He was in the Top Gun Maverick.
Ooh.
He was in. He's been some other things. He's pretty popular now.
No, I don't recognize him. Other than that, he kind of looks like.
He looks like
dad.
Bill, yeah. So anyways, Jeff, do you recommend Johnny Mnemonic?
No, in the grand scheme of things, but I think if you're kind of like me, you might have a good time. You might enjoy it, but that's a mighty big might. If you like the sort of stupid shit I like, you might like this.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, it's not as strong as some of my other favorite classic 90s action flicks. It's really forgettable with a handful of great visual flares and one amazing character.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, I'm not going to recommend it. And it's just
shocked.
Yeah, but like I was I'm watching this movie and I look at the time it's got left and it's like 20-ish minutes and I'm like, you know what? This movie hasn't been terrible to get through like I thought it was going to be.
But an hour and a half?
Right. But damn, it's just not memorable at all, and it's mainly because Keanu is not memorable.
Well, and Henry Rollins really sucks. It's pretty terrible.
But no, I'm not going to recommend it either. Jeff, what are we watching next week?
So this is your fault. It could be a good fault, could be bad fault.
Could be.
But we are going to watch Daybreakers, which came out in 2009, but takes place in 2019. Yep. So you somehow found, I think, probably, I'm going to guess, the newest movie that could qualify, maybe.
Maybe. I've never seen it. I'd heard of it, but I'd never seen it.
I know there's a book, I think, but I have not seen it. It's got vampires. It's got Ethan Hawke. It's got fucking Willem Dafoe.
Right.
Sam Neill. I mean, that's pretty good.
It's got an animatronic Sam Neill in it. Listen.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
They couldn't get the real Sam Neill?
Maybe he's also
got an animatronic one?
But also, like, could you imagine
AI's gone too far.
having an animatronic Sam Neill in your house, like Five Nights at Freddy's,
man.
right? But it's just Sam.
I'd rather have, if I had to pick, I would actually rather have the guy who played Hammond. Just anytime I come home, welcome to Jurassic Park.
No, I want Sam Neill just to be like, run. Every time I'm in the room, kind of like how my Alexa does now. I walk into the room and she's like, hello, Mark. Run. And so, anyways, animatronic Sam Neill is in this movie at some point in time. It's also written and directed by the Spierig brothers. Never heard of them, but they could have made an appearance on a theme we had way back when.
Or they could show up next month.
Oh, God. Oh, but I wonder what they have else in their filmography. Anyways, what you can do while we figure that out is hit the subscribe button when it pops up if you're watching here on the YouTube.
The Jigsaw, by the way.
Ooh. Okay. Hit the subscribe button when it pops up so you don't miss any future content right here on our channel. And if you want to follow the podcast on all of your favorite social media platforms, we're at Movie Draft House. You can find us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, right here on YouTube. So give us a like, follow, and subscribe. Jeff, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on the worldwide internet, mostly at chronologically.net, where my other podcast is. We're wrapping up our season on the 90s films of Stephen King and gearing up for our season on the Star Trek films. So it's a great time to jump in on that.
Yeah. Jeff, any last words?
Gotta quote my boy, the street preacher. It's Jesus time.